Okay, let's say we need to find the average established count for this Excel sheet for a particular state for a particular description here. Well, the problem starts off right off the bat that this established count has a letter with it, and we can't get averages or any statistical data from that. So we need to separate the letter from the number. And one way we can do this is to highlight the column that's on, and then on the data tab do text to column, and then keep the data right here where it says delimited, keep that delimited, say next, and then down here where it says other, make sure you choose that and make sure that you put just a space, hit the space bar, and it's saying to break this into two columns. See right here, break this into two columns based on the space. There's a space between the 9 and the H, so this is where it's going to break it into two columns. We can say next, and then I like to put this in a new column, so I highlight the destination cell and I click in a new column. I click the top of the column there, and then finish, and that will put that column over here with the number and the letter over here. So I don't really need the number, but here's my established count right here. So now that's part of the table, and I can sort the table to get the averages that I want. So for example, I highlight the whole table by clicking up on the far left corner. If you can see where the mouse is, it's the far left corner, and then I go to filter. I'm still on the data tab. Choose filter. And now let's say we needed to do this for a particular state. So we can choose this pull down arrow and click the select all, actually to deselect them all, and then pick the state that you want to deal with. Let's say you want to deal with Kentucky, or maybe there's two of them you want to deal with, Kentucky, and let's just pick another one like Minnesota. So that's going to eliminate all your data just down to Kentucky and Minnesota, and you can see that they're listed right there. And then there might be another thing that you're interested in, particular types of descriptions of the area. So let's choose that, again select all, and let's just choose two here like ethyl, alcohol, and industrial gases, and say OK. So now we've reduced our Excel spreadsheet just to these two states and also to just these two things within those two states. So we're down to a lot fewer data points to deal with. Now if you look off the side, you'll see that, well, we don't have every row, and if I get an average right here, it isn't correct. I'll show you that real quick. If I do equals average of just two of these cells, let's say I click from here to here, well, see, that's going to get the average from I-241 to I-274, a whole bunch, and that's not correct. See, the average of 1.85 and 4.86 is not 7.9. It's going to be somewhere between 2 and 3. So let's get rid of that. So how can I get the average of these numbers? Well, what I can do is I can highlight and copy these data values. So let's just go down to here and Control C, copy it. Now what I'm going to do is go to a new sheet. I'm going to make a new sheet by clicking on this plus sign down here. And then I'm going to right mouse click here and choose Paste Special. That Paste 1, 2, 3. Now I have the data and only the data I wanted. See, there's not a lot of data here, and it matches up with the data I had on the other sheet. Now I can get the average and it'll be correct. So if I do equals average, and I can just now click right up here at the top, and that will get me the average of all the values in that cell. So that would be the answer to that problem. So that's a really nice way to do it. If you wanted to sort the data, you could still sort the data if you wanted to. Let's go back to the sheet that we were on right here. And if I wanted to sort the data, I could, but there's really no need to do that. That sorting was back on the home screen, and I can sort it based on a whole bunch of things. Custom sort, and I could expand the selection, and I could sort it based on state. Let's do that, and then let's add a level and sort it based on the description. Say OK, and you see now they're actually in order, if that even mattered to you. You don't have to do that to get the right answer. They're still there. They're just ranked a little bit differently. So really that's the whole thing, and that's pretty nice thing to be able to do.